Hey, it's your boy, Sergeant, Hooked on Heroes, hitting you with another hashtag Power Month, 30th anniversary of Power Rangers video for the most badass moments in every season of Power Rangers. I just smashed the hell out of my hands picking this up. So yeah, we've been going strong with this. A couple videos every day or so, going over different seasons and the most pivotal, biggest, baddest moments in each one of them. I know you guys probably got a chuckle out of the Megaforce, Super Megaforce one, the best I could. But yeah, so you guys have been really enjoying it. I've been really enjoying recording it for the most part. It's been getting some decent traction, so I really, really appreciate that. And of course, happy Power Month to everybody. I hope everybody is excited and, having a good Power Month, seeing all the awesome content out there from all the different creators. Right before we get into this, talking about Jungle Fury, most badass moments, but content this week, it's going to be mainly these videos, and then I'm probably going to today, as a recording today, I'm going to try to record a Gotchard press conference video, some of the stuff we've gotten for character descriptions and things of that nature, kind of discussing the trailer and whatnot. So definitely look out for that. And yeah, then the Power Month video. So that'll be most of the content this week. Saturday is when Geets is premiering again. He's back on, so definitely it will be a review next week for that, if I can find the time for that too. And then next week, Saturday, I'm pretty sure, is when we'll have Out of Space reviews. An Australian-based tokusatsu YouTube, tokutuber creators on our Henshins and Homies podcast, so definitely look out for that. But I digress. Let's get into talking about Power Rangers. As I wear a Himitsu Sentai Go Ranger shirt. Anyway. So, Power Rangers Jungle Fury. It's a season that when it was on, I hated it. And I think it was mainly because I just couldn't get over the absolute ridiculous stupidity of the solar morphers. I can't stand the sunglass morphers. I think they're the stupidest things ever. I cannot, it just doesn't work. To me, a good henshin device needs to be something, it can be something out of the ordinary, but it needs to be something that at least has some kind of style to it, some kind of finesse to it. And sunglasses just don't scream morpher to me. But I digress. I recently rewatched Jungle Fury, and I have seen a fair chunk of Geki Ranger as well. And it has grown on me a lot more. There is a lot more parts to it that I do enjoy than I used to. So I do have badass moments within it. Even when I was first watching it, there were still badass things happening. I was just mad because it was in a show that I didn't really like at that time. So the first moment, pretty much number one moment I want to talk about is right near the end. And of course, spoilers for this and any other season I talk about in any of these videos, I do apologize. But I mean, come on, you can go watch them on YouTube. You can watch them other ways, physically. The DVD sets, there's lots of ways. Just don't be mad at me. Don't get at me on Twitter if you want. But anyway, so Jungle Fury near the end of it, as we know, Jared, who was a member of the Paizhua, Academy, gets taken over by Daishi and becomes, the villain for the series. Well, near the end of it, he kind of breaks out of control of Daishi and is kind of just fighting on his own with his own power. And Camille, at one point, has kind of a character moment where she realizes that she's not really in love with Daishi, she's really in love with Jared. That's who was truly coming through every time, that impressed her enough, that made her develop feelings for him, basically, was really Jared, not Daishi. So her and Jared kind of defect from the bad guys, and they end up joining the rest of the team. They even straight do a morph together, basically. I mean, they don't really morph, they just turn into their, evil forms. And not only that, they pose with them, and then they also add on their animal spirits to their Megazord, which I thought was really fucking cool. It's a really cool moment. It's a nice, culmination of all these different storylines, all these different things. His rivalry with Casey, Camille in general, just being, slimy and evil throughout most of it, and them both realizing that for the greater good, they need to. He's in some way, Jared was still a good person deep down, and that impacted Camille enough to want to switch sides. I think that's really cool. I'm a sucker for villain redemption arcs for the most part. I don't like it when it happens every single season in Rider, but it hasn't happened in Geets now that I think about it, really. Other than kind of Punk Jack. But anyway, that's aside, we're talking about Power Rangers. But yeah, so I really liked that moment, seeing them come together, seeing them transform together, do their roll call together, and even like adding on their power to the Zord, to the Megazord, was really, really cool. I really, really enjoyed that. And probably my own personal most badass moment. But there are some runner-ups. I also really like RJ's arc until he becomes the Wolf Ranger. They're just too scared to call him the Violet Wolf Ranger, of course, or the Violet Ranger. But he becomes the Violet Wolf Ranger, right? And he has a whole arc there where, like, he's always kind of, like, felt like second fiddle to his dad. His dad's always tried to put him on this pedestal of he's going to be the next, shark master just like me, and blah, 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 blah. And he doesn't really want that. He has his own spirit. Him kind of fighting with that, turning into a werewolf because his wolf spirit gets so out of control, it, like, transforms his whole body. And then him coming to grips with that, able to defeat this side of himself and take control of it to the point where he's able to finally transform and fight. It's really cool. Especially because they keep some of the Muay Thai kickboxing stuff in there. Not a lot of it, but some of it. They do take the, hanging bandages off of the costume, which I thought was stupid because I don't really think a kid's going to be like, what's that hanging out there? Is that bandages? Oh my god, did he kill someone? Like, no. They don't care. Whatever. But anyway, it's a really cool debut fight and morph. And I just really enjoy RJ as a character, being the, like, surfer dude, mentor character. I don't really buy it that he had a way to crack into the morphing grid because he doesn't seem technologically, smart in any way. But other than that, probably also that would be tied with the addition of the Spirit Rangers. So there's a whole arc in it where Master Fant, Master, whatever the Bat Master's name is, and RJ's dad basically are captured by the bad guys. At this time, they'd already trained with the main trio, Red, Blue, and Yellow, and they'd gotten weapons based off of them. Shark swords, I think it was bat fans, and I want to say it was elephant. It was bat, shark, and elephant, hammer or something. I don't know. But each one of the main trio got to, Casey, Theo, and Lily, I think Lily, right? I'm pretty sure, got to, maybe I'm wrong, train with them and learn their weapons and gain their power, and they're even use their animal spirit. So they get captured, and we get the introduction of the Spirit Rangers, which are completely American-made ranger suits for the bat, elephant, and shark spirits, respectively. They're already in Jungle Master mode, like what normally the Rangers go into at this point, right to Jungle Master mode. So their base form is Jungle Master mode, which I think is really cool. The suits are very well designed. They fit right in with the design language of the rest of the suits. They're completely original to Power Rangers. They are not something from a Geki Ranger at all. And I think that's really cool to see that they were willing to take that extra step outside the box to do something like that with the show and add in this whole new layer of aesthetic value and, like, lore, if you will, to everything. Eventually, the Masters are freed from their chains that are controlling them. It's kind of cool. They keep going to them, and they're going to, like, the view of them. They keep coming to a shot of them. And they have these chains on, and as they're moving, the chains are, like, moving with them because it's, like, keeping them in place. Like, they're able to move and fight, but it's keeping them trapped there. So they eventually get freed and still get, and then they're good, so they're able to control their Spirit Ranger selves to fight with the team, at least for that episode. I don't think they last more than an episode or two, which makes me kind of sad. But it was cool to see an American take on the Geki Ranger suits that worked out pretty well. I mean, I know that Disney probably worked with Plex to do so, but just to see an American take on that and them to kind of extend out the roster, if you will, of characters who can transform in the show, that was really cool. I honestly kind of wanted them to be like Rangers going forward, or maybe they'd if they would have done it a little earlier, they would have had time to introduce, like, some other students and have them take on those powers, and maybe even have them use the little knuckle things, But it was a really cool thing. It was a really cool episode or episodes, however many it was. It's been a while since I've rewatched Jungle Fury. And to see the suits in action fighting alongside their students they've trained with and whatever was really cool. So that's where my badass moments are in Power Rangers Jungle Fury. I know I've kind of sort of broken/bent the rules a little bit with some of these. The main part of it is I want to talk about the most badass moment and then some runner-ups if they exist. Not every season has a runner-up. Some it's just the one singular moment, and that's where I'm at, But let me know in the comments below, what did you guys think of Power Rangers Jungle Fury? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Were you in the middle? What were your badass moments? What did you think of Casey as the Red Ranger? What did you guys think of the team in general? I myself wasn't the biggest fan of the White Rhino Ranger. I don't remember his name. What is it? I don't remember his name, his human name. I just know he's the White Rhino Ranger. I didn't really like him that much. He's kind of introduced way too late, and all of a sudden a love interest for like the goofy girl that works at the Jungle Karma pizza place. And so I don't know. I don't really like him all that much, but anyway. That's it for this video. Those are my moments. Let me know in the comments below what moments were your guys' favorite. If you guys have other Power Month video ideas you'd like me to go for, I would definitely be willing to look into it and talk about it. I'm thinking about maybe toying around with an idea about battleizers and stuff. With that's more of a visual thing, so it'd be hard because I don't have like the editing software and expertise to like show like pictures a bunch of times with it and everything. But I was thinking about it. I wasn't sure. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think you'd want for ideas for Power Month videos. If you guys have other ones, things you want me to explore, or just video ideas in general. You can also hit me up on Twitter at RealSoulRiderRed. Starting Hooked on Heroes on Twitter as well. But until next time, stay hooked on heroes. I will talk to you later, and may the power protect you. Bye-bye. Happy Power Month. Woo!